Hi everybody and welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Welcome to lesson 22 from Learn to Play the Piano book 3. This is a follow-on series from my Learn to Play the Piano books 1 and book 2. What's new for book 3 is that it actually comes available with a song book 3 as well. Now song book 3 is full of 10 pieces which have some classical, well-known classical pieces in and some original pieces in, and basically they are all the kind of additional pieces that go hand in hand with everything that you've learned in book 3. So the links of where you can buy these books will be coming up just above my head here, or I'll put a direct link in the description bar underneath this video. These books are a 100% downloadable book, which means that you can buy and print them out wherever you are in the world. These are just copies that I have printed out on my home printer, and I've just bound them up myself for the purpose of this video. So let's get on with the lesson. Before we start lesson 22, I want to point out that what you will see on this book in the video will be blurred. It's only just to protect the copyright of this book. When you download and print out your copy, you'll get a perfect edition. So lesson 22, reading music and the treble clef. There isn't really an awful lot I can kind of add to what I've written here. Remember, these videos are just a kind of extra to accompany, the book that you've got here. But reading music is the basis of any instrument. Without it, we just become hindered by our own admission, and we're only able to play partial songs. So reading music it's not a difficult thing to do, but it's quite time consuming, and a lot of folks get put off by trying to read music because they think, oh, I've got to read music and it's so difficult. But honestly, I mean, I can have students when I teach privately at home reading music perfectly just like that within about a 3-month or so period, if they keep learning and going through that stage of reading music. So it can be a little bit painful to start with, but once you can read music, you have opened yourself up to playing anything you like. Just playing whatever you like on the piano is okay, but it really doesn't get you very far at all. So if you can just take the time to read a bit of music, it might take you a little bit longer than 3, it might take you a bit less than 3, but I would say the majority of the time it takes about 3 months. So it just goes on to say here that notes are placed either on the lines or in the spaces, as we covered in book 1, but what we didn't cover in book 1 or book 2 was what those notes were and how they came to be the notes that they were. So you can just see that the notes here, the notes in the 4 spaces are F-A-C-E, which just spells the word face, which is quite easy and quite simple to remember. Turning the page on page 6, you've got the notes on the lines, which are here, and they are E, G, B, D and F. Easy way to remember that is with the mnemonic, every good boy deserves football. There are loads more mnemonics if you want to use those. Absolutely go ahead and do that. These are just the ones that I grew up with and the ones that I learned, so they're just the ones that stick in my mind. But there are, I did do a video on reading music, and I think if you go underneath that video you will see literally hundreds of other suggestions for these. Whichever is easy for you to learn, go ahead and do that. So what you need to, a couple of points that you need to remember is that to stop you getting muddled up with the mnemonics, you have to remember that the notes on the lines, there are 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every good boy deserves football. And the notes on the spaces, there are only 4, F-A-C-E. So you don't want to be going every good boy deserves, oh, I'm 1 short, or when you're trying to work out the music, you don't really realise that until you've done all the notes wrong. But there are 4 spaces, so F-A-C-E, and there are 5 lines, every good boy deserves football, whichever one you want to call it. Remember that we always work from the bottom to the top, never the other way down. Everything is always worked from the bottom going to the top. So that's pretty much it for lesson 22. In lesson 23 we'll be going on to reading the bass clef. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget that the links of where to buy Learn to Play the Piano book 3 and the song book 3 will both be linked directly underneath this video. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.